Hello, everyone, and welcome to the chat right here on Channel 21. I'm Joe Rack.
I'm Kathleen Junkerman.
I'm James Coffey.
I'm Alexa Daly.
And joining us today as our special guest is Councilwoman Judy Noonan. Thanks for stopping by, Judy.
Oh, my pleasure, and please call me Judy. Thank
All
you
right.
for the invite.
That's it. So, James, you have a special story to tell us.
Yes, on Tuesday, I attended the Meredith Vieira show in New York City, and Dr. Shaquille O'Neal was on. He actually has
Wow.
his PhD in education, which I didn't know that.
No, I didn't.
And it was really fun. She's so nice, Meredith. I got to meet with her, and she was just telling me that if I ever needed an internship or anything, that to make sure I contact her. And she was really a nice, down-to-earth woman. Someone that I wish everyone to meet.
So that's a great story, but then James, you also have another story that this next day that didn't turn out so well.
The next day I was supposed to go to the Chew in New York City, but unfortunately I don't like to eat breakfast in the morning. I didn't eat. It was 18 degrees. The Chew makes you stand outside, and I passed out and spent half of my day in a New York City ambulance. And but from that, I got VIP tickets, and I got to meet all 5 of the hosts when I go back in January.
Very nice.
Passing out at a show is a beneficial thing.
And we're not conducting passing out, but yeah. Okay, so guys, let's get started. And it's something that is kind of new in all food stores. Thanksgiving has now come in potato chip bags. That's right. Thanks to Boulder Canyon Company in Target, they've now come out with Thanksgiving Day flavors, including turkey and gravy, pumpkin pie, stuffing, and cranberry sauce. And we have the bags right here. So I'm going to start here with the turkey and gravy. Let's try. We're going to pass it around.
I'm scared for this.
Me too.
They better be good.
Tastes like turkey.
I want a small chip.
I think it's good.
All right, and we got stuffing. Who doesn't love stuffing? That's my favorite part about Thanksgiving.
I don't like stuffing.
What? It's the best.
I don't need stuffing either.
All right, these turkey and gravy were really good. That I'm actually gonna go buy them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't bad. It wasn't weird. Where it's just like I can taste that it's blended.
Yeah. Okay, we got pumpkin pie.
I love stuffing. Love
Stuffing tastes, okay, so far stuffing tastes just like stuffing. What do you
Yeah.
think, Judy?
I don't know which one I want to eat.
Okay, these are the pumpkin pie.
Yeah, the stuffing was good too. And
fair.
I'm not a fan of stuffing. Like,
Me
this is
either.
what
Not
stuffing
fair.
tastes like. Maybe I'll have it on Thanksgiving.
Oh, the pumpkin pie tastes like Christmas.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
Christmas.
it's got
Wow.
that type of,
It's more cinnamon than
Yeah. It
pumpkin.
makes you want. Like,
we have
you
cranberry
don't
too.
smell it.
Now
Yeah.
these are $5
It
at
tastes like
Target.
what a Yankee
start
Candle
with
smells
them.
like.
I think they're all pretty good so far. They don't taste,
Yeah.
I mean, turkey, when you think turkey and gravy, I don't think of a chip, but I mean, I don't think they're that bad.
I mean, the pumpkin pie probably wouldn't.
Not too great.
Yeah.
Well,
Which one is this?
I'm loving
let's
it.
try cranberry.
Cranberry.
Pumpkin pie
That's gonna
just
be
tastes
hard.
like what a Yankee Candle smells like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
which is overwhelming for me sometimes.
But before I try
It's
cranberry,
a little overwhelming.
you
Yeah.
think so?
Yeah.
I
I
agree
can't
with
even taste
cranberry.
it.
Yeah.
It's not terrible, but
I can't taste it at all.
Well,
It's
these
like-
are at Target if you want to go pick up them.
tastes like the color red.
It does.
Okay,
Red dye.
so as we're chewing on chips, we're going to start chatting about Katy Perry, who just announced she's going to be performing the halftime show at this year's Super Bowl on February 1st. What do you guys think about this?
Did she have to pay?
I think so.
No, because they said they weren't going to let them come on for nothing, that they were going to have to pay to be on there.
Really?
Wow.
And that's something different.
No, that's what they said.
Oh, okay.
That's
So what
what
do you
I
think
heard.
about this?
I think she's
Is
gonna
that-
do a great job.
Yeah.
I really like Katy Perry.
I love Katy Perry. She's very talented.
beautiful.
I don't know if you've ever seen her
Yeah, she's very
documentary,
pretty.
Part of Me.
I have.
Oh, it's so good. Newfound love, new appreciation for Katy Perry, definitely.
No,
Oh,
she's
okay.
great.
Yep.
I think she's going to do really good. I mean, I think a lot of people know her songs and stuff like that. But I think sometimes they could always go for... I mean, they had Bruno Mars in the past, but sometimes I like when they have someone a little more experienced. But
Yeah, like Beyonce.
Yeah,
Beyonce was it 2
she'd
years
probably
ago?
do
Yeah.
good.
But
Great.
She did it already. You don't want to repeat. You know, Katy
Well, no,
Perry's
but-
someone new.
Someone
No,
of
but
her nature.
Beyonce definitely is a performance to live up to. Definitely
Yeah.
high expectations.
Yeah.
And, well, hopefully Katie does a good job. You think so, Judy? You think she'll...
And she always does a good job. She's very pretty. The younger generation really appreciate her a lot more, and
Yes.
that she's watching. And I think, but I would really like to know, because there was an issue that they were going to have to pay because it was such publicity to be on the show, and I was just curious.
And there was a few people in line. I think it was Katy Perry, I think it was Coldplay, and I think it was Rihanna or something like that. And they were all in line, and I guess maybe you're right. Maybe, she put up
Because
the
of
most
the
change, and that's
advertising,
who got it. But
Wow.
we'll
Good
tune
for her.
into the Super. Good
Yeah.
for her.
Very political.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we'll
political.
tune into the Super Bowl, and we'll see how she does. But until then, we'll be right back with more of the chat. Everyone, welcome back to the chat. I'm still Joe Rack.
I'm still Kathleen Junkerman.
James Coffey.
And I'm still Alexa Daly.
And joining us today is our guest, Judy Noonan. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you again.
Okay, so now we're going to start talking about Bill Cosby, who's been making a lot of headlines recently for he's being accused of sexual assault and rape for multiple amounts of women, including supermodel Janice Dickinson. And networks like NBC, Netflix, and I think it was Hulu and TV Land have all pulled Bill Cosby shows, and they don't want that demographic on their TV. And so what do you think about all this? What do you think about Bill Cosby?
I think that we don't know enough information yet to make assumptions and things of whether he did these or not.
Yeah.
Because we really don't know. You know, the media tries to tell us everything, but they're not always 100% accurate. So I feel like the more that comes out, the better I'll be able to personally make a decision of what he...
And I think that's the
Yeah.
consumption of most everyone. I think everyone's waiting for the facts.
I think
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. I think the assumptions are really influenced now just by who he is. Like if this stunt was ever pulled when he was the dad on his own TV show, they'd be like, no, that's Bill Cosby. I can never see it happening. Now that he's kind of older, now it's like, oh, he's an old man.
Yeah, he's
Which
77.
Yeah, he's a little bit older. He has his own live show where he gets to be like raunchier than he usually was. It's just a chance where people are kind of like pulling things together and can be like, I guess I can see why he would do that, and it's a little bit easier for people to assume that happens.
Yeah.
But don't you think he should have an opportunity to defend himself? That's what people. He's not coming out saying
He's not
anything.
saying a
Yeah.
word. But the one thing he did do, he did the interview, and they filmed him, and they asked him the question. He said, "I'd rather not talk about it."
Refused.
And then what happened was, they were done with the interview, and he said, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" Of course, they caught it all on camera. That's what happens
Yeah.
nowadays. And he said, "Can you take that part out? You won't be respected as a journalist if you don't." So.
I think that his refusal to defend himself says a lot. It could, normally if you're being accused of rape, you're going to defend yourself. If you know you didn't do it, and especially a public figure, someone as well known as Bill Cosby, you would fight it. But if you're refusing it completely, that might say something about what the true story is.
And the media came out and said that he had molested Raven Simone. She was on That Story of Disney Channel, and she came out and was like, "I don't know what you're talking about. This never happened."
And Raven
Yeah.
Simone was
So-
his co-star on the Bill
Yeah.
Cosby show.
Yeah, the
So
young girl.
some of the things that the media are reporting us aren't true, and who knows? It could just be these women are just wanted the fame, but it could also be that they are true, and maybe that's why he's
Yeah.
not commenting.
What do you think, Judy?
Well, the fact that they came out late and there's more than one. Some of they were in the entertainment field. You might say they were looking for something, or they're looking for money. But why humiliate yourself as a woman? Why would you want to have that
Right.
stigma? So part of me says maybe because he thought he was an icon, and I feel some of these icons do get away with it. And women who are younger think, oh, they're impressed by going out with an entertainer and might have fell into this situation. Part of me doesn't want to believe it, but part of me does believe it.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's how I'm feeling.
And
Yeah.
multiple women from all different parts of the country have come out not knowing any of the other women's stories with their story. And I think maybe 4 or 5
think someone had a book
have
deal.
matched up. Like all 5 of their stories there have been common denominators.
Yeah.
And that says a lot too. That could eliminate the chances that these women are doing it for fame, money,
Right.
publicity.
Yeah.
It's
They're simply
Yeah.
doing it because they were hurt, and it's the
Yep.
truth, and the
It's a
public should
domino
know.
effect.
And how it was done the same way with
Yeah.
the drink and the pill. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
It
It's
all
was the
lining
same.
up.
It wasn't all different.
Here's the
It's
thing.
hard
I look
one-
at this like a double-edged sword. Is that it's horrible either way. Either
Oh, yeah.
all these women are, have gone through this horrible tragedy and couldn't speak out because he was such a powerful man, and still is in some respects of the comedy world and acting world, or it's that this older gentleman is being accused of all these things that he didn't do. So either way, whether he's guilty, not guilty, it's coming out bad.
Yeah.
I mean, no one's
Yeah.
the winning party. at
Unless
this point.
there's money involved, they had to say it for a reason, because unless they're being paid off to be quiet, what's the reason? Why did they come out now? But I have to tell you, a lot of women do hold things back. And in the
Yeah.
entertainment world, I believe when they said about power, women really had no power in the entertainment world.
That's very true. And the first accusal of this was like back in the 70s, and then he kind of like discredited it, and then like I think in 2005 or something he went for it again, or someone said something, he like paid him off, and now all these women, you know, they're finally not holding back. But you know, Bill Cosby's not going anywhere, so we're going to still keep talking about him. Moving onward, the next conversation is social media, which James mentioned a little bit about Bill Cosby, and how social media like overpowers, and sometimes people, you know, they get out of hand when they're on social media about any topic or anything. I wanted to start with you, Judy. What did you think about social media?
I think social media should have a responsibility. Social media can be really good to a certain extent, but a lot of times it destroys people, it hurts people. That's where bullying comes in.
Yeah.
I think there has to be a fine line. It can destroy something and take a small truth and make it into something that it's not, and a lie, like you see, can destroy somebody.
Yes. Yeah. And something on social media, like almost like the Bill Cosby story, I mean, like these people, you could be anonymous and you can write in and say anything. You can say he's a this, he's a that, he's a that, and you don't know anything, you know?
Yeah.
I think you said what the bullying thing is. You know, we have meetings at the school here a lot with like our student government, and you know, one of the topics we always talk about is bullying, and every time it's brought up where it's mostly online nowadays, on Twitter, Facebook, and there it needs to be something that, you know, doesn't happen, because social media is just completely gone. And you know, one simple person, like you said, anonymous, you know, I can create an account that I can just tweet whatever I want and no one can know that it's me, and I can be like saying all these lies and no one's going to know. And it's just, I think it's gotten way out of proportion.
I think that social media is enhancing the bullying issue, because even if there is some kind of physical bullying, like some kind of confrontation person to person, it's normally something that has happened on social media, whether two boys fight over a girl. So regardless, it's something that has to. Social media induces it, and it brings it on because people are so comfortable with hiding behind their screens that they don't have a problem saying the things that they say through their phones or through their computers than what they would say in person. Because the fear is definitely lessened through some kind of electronic device.
Even in the social media, even in the political world, can be extremely vital, because it can destroy, or if the town, in fact, someone prints something on, you know, we have what we call the Berkeley Patch and things like that, and people put their opinions on there, and if they have to be politically slanted, they can hurt people, and also goes out and the communities react to this social media. That's why it becomes dangerous, because myself as a council person, things have been said that will come back to me and it was totally not true.
Yeah.
And you have hundreds of people who are panicking and thinking, oh my God, this is true. So social media has to have some kind of responsibility for what you do and who you do it to. And like you said, there's no face on it, so it's so easy to make a comment. And not on a one-to-one, you know, and I really, truly agree with that.
I always think that I never put anything on social media that I wouldn't say to the person themselves. If I'm talking about someone like that, I mean, anybody is up for grabs when you go on social media. I mean, they can say the nicest thing or they can say the meanest thing in the world. I mean, it's unbelievable. What do you think, Alexa?
I think I'm going to feed off of what you said and think about responsibility. I've listened to meetings. I've been a part of debates on whether, like, where the responsibility should lie in a cyberbullying situation. And it might be more of, like, the unpopular opinion that I'm defending right now, but for being on social media in general and for posting things or for commenting on things or being anonymous in general is not really asking, but it's there for possibility that you can be talked to and not like it, or you can be picked on, or you can be closed down for something that you had said on social media for having an opinion. But the fact that you had made this account, that you wrote your name on it, that you forced something out on social media because you wanted to and because you consented to in the first place, then it's not the job of someone who also added their opinion that turns into bullying that should get their account suspended or should be in trouble for it. It's two equal parties having voices on social media, and the war is really just who's the victim and who's the attacker.
Well, the problem is on social media, I don't think, which I really feel very strong about, everything like on the internet, whether it be on going back and forth on Facebook, nobody bothers to do their homework, to investigate what they're reading. And even when you read something on a person, it's supposed to be their history and its fact. nobody, it's like anytime there's a crime and the newspaper comes out, I have a real hang up. Nobody bothers to read the second page. They don't bother to do their homework. They don't bother to find out what's the true story. They like sensationalism. They really seem to enjoy putting people down or hurting. I don't know where this is coming from in this day and age, but no one really goes and looks into what are the true facts of what was put out.
In 2014, I think nowadays, I think everyone just has an opinion, and they want to get their voice heard, and they'll do it any way possible. Whether it's me, they'll just go for it, and they don't want to check their facts. They don't want to do anything. They just want to sit there and have an opinion, and sometimes they are the person, like you said, behind the screen, and they don't want to. They just want to be anonymous. They just want to be that person.
Yeah. I agree, because a lot of things that are put on Facebook, Twitter, things that we have for social media aren't true.
That's right.
But once people read them, they think it's true, and then they go out and they say
it's a game of telephone. If I said something to you, by the time it went all the way around, it would be a totally different story. Yeah. It really would. So
I think social media. I totally spaced out on what I was going to say.
That's okay. That's all right. I totally That's forgot. The chat for you. That's all right.
It was really good.
Is it coming back to you? If not, we'll go to commercial.
I think social media, fill in the blank for us. Go on our Facebook page and tell us what you think about
it. That's right. Yeah, we got a new Facebook page, the chat. That's right. The social media thing, it was all planned. It was all planned.
Such a good
fill
plug.
In the blanks for
And guess what? We all have good opinions because we like to give opinions. So we're going to give our opinions to ourselves, and we'll be right back with more of the chat. Stick around, everyone. Oh, look at us. We're still eating. Welcome back to the chat, everyone. I'm Joe Rack. I'm going to still keep eating.
I'm Kathleen Junkerman.
I'm James Coffey.
I'm Alexa Daly, who's still eating also.
That's right. And you really like those chips. And joining us back as our guest is Judy Noonan. Thank you so much for coming out.
It's been my pleasure.
We're having a real fun time with you.
It's really good.
For the holiday season, there's a lot of food drives and food banks going on, and Judy Noonan, you're a part of one, right?
Well, yes, I'd like to thank Councilwoman Sophia Gingrich and the mayor and the rest of the council for help giving out food with the food drive over at Holiday City Berkeley that's going on every month. But also the food pantry is giving out 1,000 meals for Thanksgiving, and which I'm happy that it'll give out to the vets and into Berkeley. But again, the mayor will be giving out meals himself for Thanksgiving. I want to thank everybody for all that they do.
And they deserve a round of applause. They really do.
That's amazing. That's a great thing that we're doing.
And Kathleen and Alexa, you're also going to be a part of something, right?
Yes. Yeah. On December 13th, we are going to a food drive and a toy drive up in St. Cecilia, North Jersey, and it's for International Have a Heart Day, started by a YouTuber we watch named Hannah Hart.
Yeah.
So it's great. She did a whole tour. I think maybe it was a year ago.
Yeah.
All around the country, even in Australia, raised a ton of money, and now she has International Heart Day. Have a Heart Day. I forget how many times, maybe once a year. I don't know how often.
Just in whatever locations that she can book, and everyone who likes the idea of the cause and likes the idea of her likes to chip into it. So we're going to be there. We're going to bring some cameras. We're going to make sure that we get it on the show for everyone.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it and then we'll air it. That's going to be really good.
Yep. Yeah.
And so moving onward to, we go back a little bit to social media. The chat is now social. We got a new email. We're on Facebook now. We haven't broke to Twitter and Instagram, but to be announced.
We'll get there.
So the new chat email is thechatshow4@gmail.com. That's thechatshow4@gmail.com. Email us topics, ideas, if you want to come on with us, anything. And we're on Facebook at The Chat. It's just The Chat. That's like that. How about that? If I keep rhyming, oh God. Okay, so another special announcement. Today is Kathleen's birthday. Happy birthday, Kathleen.
Happy birthday. Thank you.
Do you have any special plans for your birthday?
No, actually Sunday night I went out to dinner with a few of my close friends, and I'm looking forward to just going home. My mom made me a birthday cake.
Very nice.
Thursday's Thanksgiving. I get to spend it with my family. It's always very, very intimate, very close. I love it.
Does anyone else have birthdays around the holidays? Any holidays throughout the year?
Mine's in February. It always gets snowed out completely.
December?
So let's wrap it up.
28th, right after Christmas.
Now, do you think about that? Do you think
every year? Oh, well, this is your Christmas and your birthday present.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
I get that
Family likes to pull combo.
Now, my dad has a birthday in June, and then obviously Christmas in December. So he says his presents every 6 months.
June 17th is my birthday.
Wow, that's
October
nice.
17th.
Yeah, occasionally I'll have distant relatives that say well, I figured since they're so close together, I just combine the two. So I'm like.
You don't get presents for Thanksgiving, though, so that's good.
Or Halloween, which is close to my birthday.
Yeah.
When's yours?
February, late February.
You don't get mixed in with Valentine's Day, do you?
No, I love you so much. I got you less presents this year. It doesn't work.
It's like this, your heart.
Exactly.
But you're going to Kelly and Michael.
I am going to see them and a whole slew of other shows, hopefully.
And then Kathleen and I are going to see Rachel Ray. We are going December 3rd.
Yep. And then the Chew.
The Chew will be again when the passing
and fingers crossed they're coming on with us. We'll see. And you were going to ask me how I got them?
Yeah.
I just online. You just apply.
I love that show. I love that show.
If you go online, you just apply to them.
They're funny.
Yeah. So, you know what? This was a great show, everyone. We want to thank Judy Noonan for coming on with us. Welcome back anytime. We really had a fun time with you. So, once again, I'm Joe Rack.
I'm Kathleen Junkerman.
I'm James Coffey.
I'm Alexa
And we're going
Bailey.
to still keep munching. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you next time on The Chat. Keep chatting for us.